everybody, and thank you for joining me as I continue to review the 2022 World Cup team by team. In today's episode we look at one of the most decorated international teams in history. Of course it is Germany. You can catch my other team previews and analysis on the channel, and if you're feeling ever so kind, a cheeky like and subscribe would go a long way to making you a World Cup legend. So let's begin and dive into Germany. Now, Germany will enter this year's World Cup as one of the favourites, despite their poor showing 4 years ago in Russia. Before we look at their footballing pedigree, let's find out some interesting facts about the country of Germany. Germany has 1,000 variety of sausages. Beer is known as a food in Bavaria. Gummy bears were actually invented in Germany. A third of Germany is actually covered in forests. And finally, Germany's legal drinking age is 16, so I'm sure that they will enjoy a few over this World Cup. Back to the football, and Germany are of course 4 times winners of the World Cup. Only Brazil have won more World Cups than Germany. They have been on the cusp of glory over the 2000s, reaching semi-finals in 4 straight tournaments, which finally ended in ultimate glory 8 years ago in 2014. In 2002 they were defeated by Brazil in the final before 2 semi-final defeats in both 2006 and 2010. Against Argentina in the final in 2014, Mario Götze wrote his name into the German history books alongside other World Cup greats such as Franz Beckenbauer and Gerd Müller. His strike in extra time put the Argentinians to the sword and saw Germany lift their first World Cup since 1990. Can the German national team make it a famous 5 in Qatar? The Germans finally moved on from their long-term partnership with Joachim Löw after their Euro 2020 exit, and now are looking to the future alongside Hansi Flick. He signed a 3-year contract in August 2021 and has now managed Germany for 15 games ahead of the World Cup, with a 60% win record, including battling in a tough Nations League group with England, Italy and Hungary. As a former Bayern Munich player, he spent almost 3 years as a manager of the German side, winning 2 Bundesliga titles for Bayern, as well as a UEFA Champions League and a DFL Pokal, which is of course Germany's Premier Cup competition. Not many managers have won both a Champions League and a World Cup. Could Hansi Flick add his name up in lights? In qualification, Germany, as expected, had a relatively straightforward passage through to Qatar, picking up 27 out of 30 points from their qualification group. Closest challengers were North Macedonia and Romania, but both were quite a distance away in the end, as well as the other teams in their group, Armenia, Iceland and Liechtenstein. North Macedonia actually went on via the playoffs to deliver the shock of the qualification round by knocking out reigning European champions Italy, before bowing out themselves to Portugal. The German goals were spread around the team throughout qualifying, with Serge Gnabry, Ilkay Gundogan and Timo Werner all topping the way with 5 goals. Germany were victors in 9 out of their 10 games in qualifying, with only North Macedonia securing an unlikely win away in Germany. In fact, the Germans only conceded 4 goals in their 10 matches and scored a whopping 36 goals, with big victories coming with a 6-0 win at home to Armenia and a 9-0 win at home against Liechtenstein. With a bit of a mixed bag following the qualification in the Nations League, as per a lot of the European sides, Germany don't have the opportunity to play friendlies before the tournament, so we'll have to turn up and get going right from the start. Now, looking at Germany's possible lineup, as was the case during his spell in the Bayern hot seat, Flick has settled on a 4-3-2-1 formation for all but one of his games in charge, instead opting for a 3-4-2-1 in the 1-1 draw with England in June. Captain Manuel Neuer is expected to be in goal for his 4th World Cup, but worrying recent reports that he's been battling skin cancer, we hope proves him not just able to make the World Cup, but to be healthy and cancer-free. Antonio Rudiger has emerged as the first choice pick at centre-back alongside Niklas Süle, with Dortmund teammate Nico Schlotterbeck next in line, while Jonas Hoffmann has been a regular selection at right-back, largely for his attacking instincts to provide extra width. However, versatile defender Thilo Kehrer has played by far the most minutes under Flick, with the former Schalke man beginning on both the right and left side of Germany's defence, as well as centre-half in his other starts. He's clearly a player trusted by his coach, and his versatility will be a major asset in the tournament, but it is a question whether he will start or not. On the opposing flank, Leipzig left-back David Raum is in pole position ahead of Robin Gosens and Christian Günther. In front of them, Joshua Kimmich has been partnered in almost equal amounts by Leon Goretzka and Ilkay Gundogan of Manchester City. It appears to be a straight shootout between the two as to who lines up alongside Bayern Munich's number 6. Now, Flick's tenure so far has suggested that Müller and Sane are fairly certain of starting berths, but there is such fierce competition for places, the attacking spots are very much in the air. Chelsea attacker Kai Havertz hasn't yet nailed down a spot of his own, but has the ability to play anywhere amongst the front three. Coupled with the fact he's naturally left-footed, could help his cause. Serge Gnabry scored 4 times in Flick's 4 matches, but started just 2 of Germany's last 10. However, is in phenomenal form for Bayern at the start of this season. With Jamal Musiala pushing for a place, it was looking most likely that Timo Werner would lead the line, but a recent ankle injury has forced him out of the World Cup, and it looks likely that that spot will now be filled by Kai Havertz. We now move on to players to watch, and a man who has developed his career from Arsenal to Bayern Munich to be one of the most dangerous players in the German national side. It's Serge Gnabry. What I'm sharing with you here is his player profile attributes from the Football Manager game, just to give you a flavour how he's rated. If you're unfamiliar with Football Manager, the attributes that are in bold are those that are more specific to his key role and position. Now, Gnabry has been an important part of the Bayern Munich squad for multiple seasons and has been in fantastic form for them during this campaign, scoring multiple goals and assists in Bayern's Bundesliga charge. He can play in multiple positions across the front line, and Flick will be hoping he's firing on all cylinders to cause trouble to even the world's greatest defences. Now, one of the world's top defensive midfielders is Joshua Kimmich. The adaptable German is equally skilled at centre midfield, defensive midfield and right back. He switched to midfield after dominating the right back position for Bayern Munich, where he performed brilliantly as well. With 70 caps for Germany, he has tremendous well-rounded capabilities, and on Football Manager alone, to find a player with better mental stats than Kimmich is a very rare find. He can run for days and seems like he just needs that statement tournament to join some of the German legends in their footballing folklore. Jamal Musiala is a young, exciting, versatile player who can play across many positions in the midfield as well as on both wings. He's a tremendous eye for space as well as some terrific dribbling skills. At just 19, he's broken into the Bayern Munich side, and at international level, he's ready to announce himself in a big way. He actually represented England at youth international level, and he made the switch to Germany, which is his actual birth nation. As another player from Bayern Munich, he already plays with a number of the squad members at domestic level, and will be hoping to create havoc and excitement in Qatar for the German team. Now, looking at the matches, and Germany opened their Group E campaign against Japan, who have again qualified strongly out of the Oceanic Asian section. Japan have only met with Germany twice in their history, both in international friendlies, with the last over 15 years ago, with a draw in that match adding to a Germany 3-0 win 3 years prior to that. One of the biggest mouth-watering clashes in all the groups is Germany against Spain on the 27th of November. Both teams will be expecting to qualify against Japan and Costa Rica, and on paper this should be a battle for first place. However, whoever loses this match could see themselves under pressure in match number 3. Last up for Germany is Costa Rica, who just about qualified through their North American qualification section. Germany, however, will be wary how their hopes fell apart 4 years ago, when South Korea put them out in the last match of the group stage, for their earliest exit in a World Cup since 1938. The German team should feel confident, however, this time about qualifying. So it's time for me to have a bit of fun and just take a punt and a prediction on who's going to qualify and where teams are going to finish. My thought process is Germany are an exciting team with a blend of youth and experience this time around. If they could get it right, could pose a dangerous threat. Spain, of course, are the biggest contenders in the group, but a result there would do a tremendous impact on their confidence early on in the tournament. Germany have pedigree to always be difficult to beat in the knockout stages. Last 2 tournaments aside, of course. They've been rebuilding for a few years, and this could well be the time that they re-emerge. I predict that they could make the final, however I think that they will lose there. Against who, you ask? Well, you'll have to watch the other videos to find that out. And with that, I thank you for taking the time to watch this episode of the World Cup preview. If you're interested in seeing the other teams in Group E and beyond, and any more of my upcoming World Cup team previews, please check the channel out, hit the notification button. But for now, hope to see you soon. Take care.